everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Martha with Bird and Barn Designs, and today I'm going to be bringing you a very special video. I have been very blessed to be asked to be a guest designer for Esme over at Crafty Me Shop for the month of July, and I am going to do an unboxing of this beautiful box that I received yesterday of all of the lovely goodies that you can find over on her Facebook group. Crafty Me Shop is where she does all of her sales, and I will link the group in the description box. If you're not already a member of the group, please run over there, join, and watch for her sales. She usually does them on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and she even has a vintage market where she has some exclusive, just gorgeous vintage items that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So let's get into this beautiful box. I have been so excited about this. And can I just say, as a designer, to be asked to be a guest DT for someone, or a permanent DT if you're lucky enough, that is the biggest honor, to represent another person's products and know that they have the confidence in you that you can create something beautiful with their items. So thank you so much, Esme, and to Maggie. Maggie put this all together for me, and I just absolutely am so very grateful. So let's get into this box. First of all, I am obsessed with books, and I am obsessed with Paris. So Esme could not have picked a more perfect vessel to put all of the yumminess inside to ship to me. Look at this beautiful box. It's got the Eiffel Tower with Paris on there, all this beautiful script, the metallic details, and look, it's like a little book. How cute is that? Got France on there, on the back. It's just absolutely stunning. I am going to have so much fun displaying this on my shelf when all is said and done with this little goodie box here. So thank you, first of all, for that. And then it's tied with this beautiful pink satin ribbon. That will come in handy for lots of things. And look at that color. That's like the perfect, beautiful pink. It's a nice long length, so I'll get lots of use out of that. And then I cannot wait to open this lid, y'all. This box came yesterday, and it was a rainy, gloomy day, so I didn't get to film yesterday. So, oh my goodness, the anticipation was almost too much. So here we go. So let's look inside. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at all of the yummies in here. Let's turn it this way. Wow. Look at all of that. It's stuffed full of just beautiful things. Let's see, how should we do this? I think I'll probably have to move the box to the side so we can see the goodies. So let's move this over this way so you can kind of still see part of it, I think. And then let's just start picking out goodies. Look at these sweet little flowers that are in there. Beautiful. You can never have enough flowers, right? This beautiful one here. These purple ones, these are gorgeous. So, so pretty. So we'll just start lining it up here. Oops. These are really fun for centers of flowers. I've been on a little flower making roll lately, and look how pretty that would be in the center of the flower. Just beautiful. I love that. So we've got that, we've got, let's see, what else is in here? Just so many goodies. Got beautiful appliques. That would make a lovely frame around something. So pretty. Here's another. Oh, let's see, that one's attached to something, so let's tread lightly on that one. Here's another beautiful applique. This one looks like it might be coffee or tea dyed. Very vintage looking. Gorgeousness. Look at this one. It's a beautiful collar. Wow, that is lovely. That will look beautiful on the edge of a page of a book. You could put it along the spine. You could put it on the cover. and put a beautiful journal topper in there. Or you can even cut these little sections out and use bits and pieces for collaging. I love pieces like this because they're so versatile and you have so many uses for those. Love that. And then look at this one. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is stunning. Got a little fuzzy in there. Look at how beautiful with the centers of the organza flowers and the dimension and the softness it has, the fluidity. That is so beautiful. And then of course the pearls. I am a pearl girl. If you follow me, you've heard me say that before. These pearls are stunning. And there again, you can use that as a whole piece, or you can snip little snippets off of there and use it in sections. So versatile. And we've got this little one. This one looks like it's been dyed as well. That's a beautiful color too. So, so pretty. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have so much fun. And look at this. Look at this collar. Is that not gorgeous? Look at the beading in there, the bugle beads, the rhinestones, the little clear seed beads with the sequins. That is stunning. That would make a beautiful closure. You could cut out a section of that and make it a focal point for a closure on a journal for a wrap. So pretty. Or I could even see dressing up like a denim jacket or something pretty like that. That is stunning. Oh my goodness, the bling on that is so shiny. That is beautiful. And then more lovely appliques. There's a pair of these. I love these with the pearls. They're so pretty. Look at that. And there again, you can use them as a whole piece. You can use them in snippets. This would be a beautiful belly band or a page edger on a book. I could see this as a beautiful trim on a decorative pillow. You could even use it as a trim on a little clutch like that. Look at how pretty that would be. Put that down there. How gorgeous. That would be so pretty. So many uses for that. And then here we have it in a beautiful coffee dye. I love how vintagey that looks. So gorgeous. And a pink one. Oh my goodness, we've got so much variety here. Look at that. That's got just the faintest little hint of pink. That is beautiful. Oh my, I just love it all. And a beautiful butterfly. Oh, look at that. The little wings are layered, so it's got dimension too. How beautiful. What a sweet little applique. I love that. The colors are so vibrant. I just purchased some sari silk on somebody's sale that has these colors in it, and I can see that looking so beautiful with that sari. That is gorgeous. Oh, I'm so excited. I have been anticipating this box. I'm so excited. Here's another lovely purple flower. And we've got little bling bits going on here. Look at that pretty little bling bit. And here's another purple flower. So, so fun. All the little bits and bobs. They're as much fun as the beautiful lace. Look at that one. That's stunning too. That looks very vintage to me as well. You could add little seed pearls along here if you wished. Sparkle that up a little bit, or little sequins. That is so, so pretty. And look at this collar. Wow, this is a stunning linen collar. That is gorgeous. I just love linen. It looks so crisp and fresh and so beautiful. Look at how neatly that's ironed too. That is gorgeous. Oh, Esme, thank you so very much for all of this. It's just never ending in this box. I'm so excited. Another beautiful coffee dyed applique. There again, you can add little pearls. On one of Esme's vintage sales, I have to show you these. She sold these vintage pearls, and look at how pretty those are. You could add those little seed pearls all throughout this applique and really dress it up. That would be gorgeous. But this is an example of some of the things that you can find on her vintage sale. So be sure and hop over there if you're not already a member of her group and join, because she has so many goodies. Look at this one with the little dangle pearls. How cute is that? Oh, I love that with the motion. That's so fun. Absolutely stunning. And some gorgeous, oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. This is one of the largest appliques I've ever seen. Look at that. So beautiful. Wow, let's see. Let's use this box as an example for the book, but look at this. This would wrap around the front, look beautiful on the side and on the back. You could do some collaging with other pieces on there. That is just perfect for a book cover, or on the back of a jacket. That would make a lovely focal point. You could even snip it right about here and use this on the back and use this on the front, like almost like a breastplate on the front on the side of a jacket, and adorn that with some jewels and embellishments. That would be gorgeous. There's so many uses for these things. I can hardly wait to get started playing. Look at this one. The dangle pearls. Oh, this one speaks to me. I love the fluidity. I love the pearls, the sparkles with the iridescent sequins. Oh my goodness, that is so lovely. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Some of these I'm going to want to play with, and some I'm going to want to hoard for a while till I find the perfect project. Look at that stunning piece. I've never seen anything like that. That is gorgeous with the beautiful heart in the center, all of the embroidery work around here. Esme has what she calls CMS laces, and they're standard laces in her shop. And I'm thinking these kind of pieces may be her CMS lace. That's so, so lovely. That is beautiful. There again, I keep talking about the jackets, but I could see that across the shoulder blades of a jacket, across the back. That would be beautiful. Again, you could do, put some satin fabric behind it, pretty fabric behind it, and make it into a wrap for a journal cover. That would be stunning. So many things to do with these, and this is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this. This makes the perfect, like a medallion for the front of a journal. You could put a beautiful cameo in there and have it be like framing the cameo. So stunning. I love the iridescence and the pearls. Absolutely beautiful. Esme, you're spoiling me. I love this. Look at this. This is so delicate and dainty. This is very vintage. I love this piece. And again, I believe this may have been coffee dyed or tea dyed. So stunning. That would be beautiful for the edge of a tag or the bottom of a page or the side of a page. It's so soft and so delicate. And then we've got some more beautiful trim here. And again, this is more of the embroidery trim. I think that this might be CMS lace as well. Look at how beautiful. I love the scallop look to that. That is so, so pretty. And again, it's got a little faint tint to it, so maybe a tea dye to give it that little bit of vintage look. That is just beautiful. I'm running out of desk room, and we're not even halfway through this beautiful box. Look at this one, and this one I believe is CMS trim. So beautiful. It's got that embroidery look again. It's like a smaller version of the one we just saw. So, so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I am going to have so much fun. I've already been thinking of some special projects. This was such an honor and a blessing to be asked to guest for Esme and for Crafty Me. I have been so excited about this. Look at this. There again, so delicate and dainty. Absolutely stunning. So for my projects, I've been trying to think of something super, super special. And I think I've come up with at least one thing. Look at that bling piece. That's very vintage looking as well. It's a little button. You can use it like a button, or you can use it as an embellishment. So pretty. And let's see. Oh, look at this one. This one's really wide. That is beautiful. That's got to be about 6 inches wide, I bet. Look at how delicate that is. That would make a lovely pocket. Would make a lovely layering piece for a journal skirt. You could layer other things on top of it, some appliques, and make a beautiful journal skirt out of it. Put it over the cover of a book and layer on top of it. That is so stunning. I love the netting pieces because you can see also if you put it on the cover of something or on a page, then you can still see the image showing through, and this netting gives it like a soft, ethereal look. I just love that aesthetic. It's so, so beautiful. And such generous pieces you've sent. That is so, so nice. Thank you. And look at this little organza piece with the beautiful flowers. Again, the scalloping. You've got some of the embroidery on there. Another lovely piece. Esme, I bet you have the most fun putting these boxes together. I think that would just be so fun. Thinking about the designers and what all they would make with your lovely things. And look at, if you notice the variety, like it's not all the same looking. Everything is a little bit different, which I love about her shop. She's got the most unique things. Look at that. The shimmer on those threads, that is so beautiful. And that creamy, beautiful color, I love that color. And then we've got another, oh, this is beautiful too. I've never seen anything like this one either. Look at that. It's almost like a bunch of little collars put together. Look at how pretty. That is gorgeous. That would make a lovely trim on a sleeve. That is so, so pretty. Make a pretty cuff out of it. Gorgeous. Let's see this one. It's a little shimmer in it. Let's see, let's turn it this way. Look at that shimmer. It's got the iridescent thread in there and then the shiny thread on the beautiful netting. So stunning. Oh my goodness, one beautiful piece after the next. I don't know where she finds all this yumminess, but it must be a joy to go sourcing for all of this. Look at this. Beautiful trim. That would make a lovely topper on a tag or edge of a page. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I keep knocking this little applique around. So beautiful. Let's see, we've got, oh my, look at this one. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That looks so vintage. And again, I don't know if it has a bit of a stain. I think possibly a bit of a stain. That is so pretty. You could coffee or tea dye that to darken it up if you wanted a really, really vintagey look. But actually, I think this looks very vintage just the way it is. I don't know that I do anything to it. I think I'd leave it just as is. And there again, look at how pretty you can take. You can use a whole length for something. You can take a section like that out and use it for something. That would make a beautiful pocket in a journal. Just gorgeous. And then this sweet little trim, look at this one. Little flowers, how cute is that? Again, so delicate. This one looks vintagey too with that coloring. I just love it. Beautiful, beautiful belly band that would make. You could put it over a piece of really pretty fabric and run that down the middle and do a double belly band. So you'd have a tuck spot under here and a tuck spot under the fabric. Use it as a page edger. That is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of room on my desk here. And this is so pretty. I just love her ribbons. She has got a selection of the most gorgeous ribbons with the organza and then the beading and the little ribbon flowers. And this color is just luscious. I love that. So beautiful. That one I'm going to have fun with. I do have, let's see if I've got some here. Here's a couple other ones that I've gotten from her. Look at how beautiful that one is. And then she's got some on velvet. This top one here is an Esme trim on velvet. So, so beautiful. And here's a couple more with the colors, the beautiful blue and the mauve. So lots of variety over there. You can shop till your heart's content and just have one beautiful thing after the next. And then along those lines, here we go with the beautiful ribbon trim in the blue. Look at how gorgeous that is. The beautiful blues with the green leaves on the blue organza. So beautiful. Oh my goodness, I just am in love with this. All of it. It's so gorgeous. I've been wanting to work with blue. I do so much with creams and paints and neutrals that I really want to do something in blue, so that will be perfect. And then this ruffle trim. This little beautiful ruffle trim with the box pleats. I love that trim. That is so feminine and so delicate looking. And I could even see running, let's see, down the center here of the seam. You could put a pretty pearl strip like that. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my goodness, that is so, so beautiful. I just am in love with this. Oh gosh, my mind is spinning. I know I've said that, but I have so many ideas. I can't wait to get started creating. And look at this soft pink. Oh gosh, this is so pretty with the little butterflies. How sweet is that? It's so, so soft. And this kind of trim is perfect for putting in between two layers. See, you've got this extra stretch of netting, so you can put your fabric up to a point here. Let's see if I've got a piece of fabric. Let's see, I was getting ready to print some fabric prints, so I've got some fabric on a sticky sheet. But if you had a piece of fabric like that, and then you take this wide netting, let's see if we can do this. You put that wide netting up to the point where you can see the design there, and then you close it up and you sew your seam. And then you've got that beautiful trim. So if you're doing a pillow or a pretty, maybe a wall hanging kind of a piece with a fabric backing, then this piece stays very secure in there because you've got all of that netting up inside there. Or if you want to trim the netting and use this as a page edger or something and trim it short, then you've got all this netting to play with for layering and collaging. So don't throw that away if you trim it, because there's so many uses for that. beautiful and so soft and delicate and feminine. I just love that. That color is dreamy too. Oh my goodness, let's put that on top so we can still see that. And then look at this, y'all. Oh my goodness. Look at that vintage rhinestone trim. Wow. That is a treasure right there. The coloring on that. Look at the beautiful golding on there, gilding. So beautiful. It's the, oh goodness, cup chain. I about lost my word. Gorgeous cup chain. This reminds me of my sweet mama. She had a beautiful necklace that was a double strand, and it was just like this. She used to wear that when she'd go out on an elegant evening. Oh, I love that. That'd be beautiful trim around a beautiful altered box, a cigar box. If you decoupaged an altered one, that would be so pretty. That is gorgeous. Wow, I love that piece. That is stunning. And then let's see what's next here. We've got, oh my goodness, look at this one. Got the dangle lace and the coffee dyed or tea dyed. It's so hard to tell which is which to me for some reason, but I love both of the looks. Look at that. That is so stunning. There again, you could use that at the bottom of a journal cover to dangle. You could make a wrap skirt with that and have the dangle. You could cut out little sections here like that on either side and have a dangle piece as a focal point. That is beautiful. I've wanted to make a cupcake book for a while, a doily book, and I've been after some dangle lace, so some of that might have to happen with this beautiful dangle lace on a doily book. I think that's so pretty. And then the eyelet, so pretty in this soft ivory cotton, so gorgeous. Look at that, the little heart detail. That is so beautiful. And there again, you've got this extra strip, so if you want to layer it between fabric, it stays in there nice and secure. So beautiful. That is gorgeous. And we've got some sweet little pink trim here. These are so sweet for page edgers or for tags. Little side of a tag, the bottom of a tag. Trim around a journal topper. You could frame a beautiful picture on one of your pages with that. So gorgeous. Oop, here's another little blingy piece. I love those. So pretty. And then we've got some pink gimp trim here. That's beautiful. That's got a beautiful shimmery iridescence to it as well. That would add some really beautiful luster to the front of a book. And there again, you can frame a journal topper with that or a beautiful picture. So gorgeous. And we've got a little sweet, oh my goodness, this is so tiny. Look at this. It's got the faintest hint of blue. And I don't know, let me get up here. See, let's see. Let's put it on this so maybe you can see how delicate it looks. Look at how delicate that is. Beautiful, beautiful design in there. So soft. Oh my gosh, I love this. That is so pretty. That's got to be vintage too. Oh, how lovely. And look how pretty it looks with the blue ribbon trim. And then we've got this lovely piece. Wow. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That's got to be, what, 8 inches, you think? Let's see here. Yep, that's right at 8 inches. That is beautiful. Beautiful flocked detail on the netting. Beautiful shimmery scallop trim. There again, that would be beautiful to layer over an image. Let's see, I've got a little image here. So say you had a whole page, you could put it over your page and see how it gives it a real soft look, but you can still see your image behind it. So if you used it on the cover of a book, on a page, that would be so pretty. You could fold it and do a double like that. And then you could have a tuck spot, or if you flipped it around, you could have a double tuck spot on a page, double pocket. So you'd have a tuck here and a tuck here. That would be so beautiful. And then you could still see your images beneath. This again would be beautiful for layering for a journal skirt. A journal, like a wrap around your journal. So gorgeous. And look at this beautiful cotton trim. The scroll work on there. That is so pretty. That is lovely. I love a crisp white cotton. It's just so, like, to me, it's just so refreshing. It reminds me of summer, and just so crisp and beautiful. I love that. Let's see, where are we going? We're running out of room, guys. And then we've got this one. Oh my heavens. Look at that trim. Wowza, that is stunning. Oh, why don't we get the right side? Oh, that was the right side. I have never seen anything like that before. That is so pretty with the dangles. This is almost like an insertion situation up here where you could run a beautiful satin ribbon through there if you wanted an accent color or an ivory one. That would be so beautiful. And there again, you could cut out little sections and use them as accents. That is gorgeous, Esme. Oh my gosh, I would love to tag along on one of your sourcing trips. I think that would be so fun. In my early days in college, I was a buyer, and I got to go on buying trips and source things for some stores, and it was the most fun ever. It was like unlimited shopping, and you didn't have to drain your own bank account, but it was so fun looking for the goodies. And look at this. Oh, it's like a little beautiful trim with some eyelash detail there, and the sweet little flowers. Little, are they velvet? No, they're fabric flowers. And if you can see, little seed beads in the center. Look at how pretty that is. There again, Esme, I've never seen anything like that. That is just outstanding. And I've talked about my grandma before, loving lavender, and me wanting to do a journal in her honor. And I already know a section of that will be in that journal. She would have absolutely loved that. That is so pretty. Look at all this yumminess. Oh, I'm so excited. We've got another beautiful little purple flower. That'll look so pretty with that trim. And then look at this. Oh, I love these laces. Look at this with the butterflies. Let's get it right side up. Look at how pretty. Sweet little butterflies. Again, this one's been coffee stained or tea stained. How beautiful. And there again, you can cut out little sections, put some little laces behind it and do a little focal point. Use it a whole length as a piece of trim down the edge of a page, or a sweet little journal topper. That would make it sweet little pull for a journal tag. That is so precious. I love it. And then this beautiful one, again on the organza with the beautiful shimmer threads. So pretty. I love the fluidity of the motion and the scallops. Just so, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I said that, what, 100 times in this video? Oh my goodness, but I'm almost speechless. Look at, here's a little flower in there. You could put a little jewel inside there. That would be so cute. I'm just, it's almost overwhelming looking at all the yumminess and dreaming about what to make with it all. But it's exciting as well. And as I said before, just such an honor. So look at this one. That is so unique also. It's on this, it's not really burlap, but it's got a stiffness to it. So you've got some structure. That is beautiful. And then the beautiful little fabric flowers with the little wood beads. I could see this in a botanical journal. That would be so cute. Some kind of a summer journal. That is beautiful. And I love, we all love our pearls and our rhinestones, but sometimes the natural touch, it gives it an earthy feel. I love that. That is beautiful. Oh my heavens. So that was our last piece, y'all. I just am so happy and tickled and grateful and excited, and I've got all the feels going on right now. And then here's the inside of our beautiful box with all of the, looks like chalk print in there, the beautiful Eiffel Tower over there. That's going to look so lovely on a shelf at some point. So, okay, you all, you've got to run over and join Esme's group, the Crafty Me group, Crafty Me Shop, and I will link the description in the description box below. Be sure and join the group. Please help me grow my channel. If you haven't joined already, hit subscribe and like the video so we can get Esme's word out there and share her beautiful, beautiful products. And you have got to hop on her sales. Again, usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and occasionally the vintage market, which she just did this past weekend. So look at all this yumminess. Leave me in the comments below which you like the best. I'm at a loss. I love it all so, so much. I don't know that I have a favorite. So thank you all for joining me. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning one, thank you so much for your support. This crafting community means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to have met so many lovely people. And your comments and your interaction is just, it's just so fun to read the comments and hear all of the things that you would like to do with the products and your ideas. And I just absolutely adore you all. So thank you so much. Esme and Maggie put this all together. She coordinates the designers for Esme, and of course it's Esme's shop. So thank you both from the bottom of my heart as well. I am so grateful to have received this box of just absolute yumminess, and I cannot wait to get started. And I thank you with all my heart, and I hope I do you proud. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you in the next video. Bye now.